Hey y'all, this is the ADR guys coming to you again. Today we're going to show you how to make a chocolate cream pie, which for me growing up was a Sunday favorite of ours. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a from scratch pie shell. So come on over here and let's get started. Okay, for our pie crust, this is what we've got. This will make a double pie crust. So I've got 2 cups of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2/3 cup of shortening, and that's what I've got here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this in. Okay, now that we've got our dough all cut in, what we've got here is 3 tablespoons of white vinegar and about 8 to 10 tablespoons of whole milk. So now you just take the vinegar and just kind of sprinkle it around. Just work it with the fork. You just kind of want to toss things together. Like that. And then you take your milk and you do it, you know, a tablespoon or 2 at a time until a nice dough forms. Alright. That's about what we're looking for. Then you just take it. You don't want to knead it, because if you knead it, it'll be really tough. You just want to get all the pieces out of your bowl. Sometimes you'll think, golly, that's too dry. But that's what you want. You don't want it to be too wet or pie crust won't be flaky. So just kind of smush it together. Don't knead it, just smush it together. And it's going to look all craggy like that. So once you get it all incorporated, put it on some saran wrap. This horrible stuff I had problems with the other day, you know. Alright. Then fold up, put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Alright. We had our oven preheated at 450, got our dough out, rolled it out to about 1/4 of an inch. As you see, I've got everything inverted. So, once I got it all rolled out, inverted it, and this is a secret to this to get nice edges, go around with a pizza roller. Cutter, whatever the heck it is. Alright. And take your rolling pin. You roll it over real loosely. You don't want it real tight. And then roughly in the middle like that. Alright. Got it all in there. And what you have to do when you have a cooked crust without a filling is you have to go and poke vent holes in it. If you don't, this thing will puff up like a sopapilla. And you'll have issues. Then you want to pop it into the oven. Got it preheated at 450. Set it in the center and let that bake. Again, it's kind of one of those things you want to bake it 20-30 minutes. Keep your eye on it because you don't want it brown. You want it, it'll kind of look like a regular cracker, like a saltine cracker. That's kind of what you want. So it'll be light and crispy but not burnt. Okay, while our pie shell is baking, we're going to make the pudding. So in your saucepan, you want to put 3/4 cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons of flour, and 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Okay. In 1 cup, you want to have 2 cups of whole milk. Separately, you want 1/4 cup of milk. You have 3 egg yolks separated from the egg whites. And later we're going to use a teaspoon of vanilla. I don't like meringue, but if you like meringue, this is what you make it out of. So I've got my dry ingredients in here. I'm just going to mix those together. Okay, that's incorporated. So now your 1/4 cup of milk, you're going to put in there. And your 3 egg yolks. Kind of whisk the eggs and milk together, and then incorporate all the dry ingredients. Okay, now we're going to transfer this to the stove. I'm going to turn it up to about 4. And what we're looking for here is we want the sugar and stuff to start melting. We don't want to burn the chocolate, but we just want the sugar to melt. Alright, this has been heating for about 5 minutes. So you can see it's nice and runny. Just about all the sugar's dissolved. So we're going to take the other 2 cups of milk and slowly incorporate it. Now you're going to have to cook this 15 or 20 minutes or so, and you want to do it about 4.5. That way it gets it up to temperature, because you want to barely simmer it every once in a while, but you're going to have to tin this the whole time. You can't walk away from it, because you need to sit here and whisk it. You can take breaks while it's in this form, but when it starts getting thicker, you need to stay or you'll burn it. Okay, well, it's been about 15 minutes since we put the pie shell in there, and it's ready. So that's what we're looking for. See how it's nice and golden brown? The edges are just a little bit more brown than the rest. It kind of looks like a saltine cracker. Put it on the rack. So we gotta let that cool. We're gonna go back to our whisking our pudding. Okay, this has been cooking now for 15 minutes. So you can see it's starting to get thick. You can kind of see the steam rising off of it. But it's really nice and smooth and silky. Okay, I've been cooking it about 22 minutes, and it's just about ready. So you can see it, I call that roiling, so it's not boiling, but it's in between a simmer and a boil. Great flavor, very smooth, creamy, almost silky. Alright, I'm gonna call that done. I'm gonna turn off my heat, because that's setting up really nice on the spatula. You can see it leaving ripples. That's how you know it's going to set up on you and won't be running. So now that it's done cooking, you want to add your teaspoon of vanilla, or a little more, whatever. Now we're going to add just a pat of butter. So now we're going to add it to our pie shell. So I'm going to bring that right over here. Man, that's pretty, isn't it? And just give it a little whirl to kind of even it out. We're going to let it cool for 5 or 10 minutes. Then we're going to put some cling wrap over it, keep any skin from forming on it, and then put it in the refrigerator. Alright, it's cooled enough. I'm just finishing putting the cling wrap on there so it doesn't get a skin. As you can tell, it's not going to stick to your pie. Alright, I just took it out of the refrigerator. I let mine chill for about an hour. You don't have to if you like your pie a little bit warm. Do that. I like mine cold. So let's take this wrap off here. Oh, look at that. Comes right off. Nice. It's set up really good. Look how shiny that is. That's good. Let's see if we can get some out of here. That's what you want. You want the crust, you want it to kind of slide around. That way you know it's nice and crisp. That looks good. Y'all can enjoy it like this with a little bit of whipped cream. I like mine with a little whipped cream, real whipped cream. So let me dab some on there. Alright, let's taste this thing. Now that looks good. Look at that. Nice and creamy right there. Let's see how it tastes. That's good stuff. Nice and crisp crust, flaky, not tough at all. Really rich and creamy, kind of decadent. And then the whipped cream on there. You can taste the vanilla and the chocolate. It's so good, makes you want to slap your mama. Easy to make. Takes a little time, but dang, it's worth it. Do something special for after dinner. Sundays, weekends, invite your family over. Again, all you have to do, just make it, have fun, feed your family, and teach them something. We appreciate y'all joining us. Till next time.